do, and Logan is a prick who is just trying to throw his money around to try and repair his ring.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand over here.
Why?
Stand over here. Let me see hands.
Stunning revelation that Anthony Joshua's accident has placed Logan and Jake Paul under FBI investigation has sent shockwaves through the boxing world. As Joshua focuses on recovery, questions are swirling around the Paul brothers and their possible connection to the incident. The gravity of the situation has only intensified public scrutiny, drawing a sharp contrast between Joshua's determination to heal and the controversy following the Paul brothers. That contrast grew even stronger after Jake Paul's reactions surfaced online. Fans were quick to point out how oddly casual and disconnected his response felt during such a serious moment. Rather than expressing clear support or concern for Joshua, the post sparked backlash and suspicion, leaving many questioning motives and demanding answers as the situation continues to unfold. And Usyk's message cut through the noise with sincerity and class. While others sparked controversy, Usyk spoke from a place of genuine care, expressing sympathy for Anthony Joshua and honoring the loss of his close friends. His response reflected the true spirit of boxing: respect, unity, and humanity beyond competition. In moments of real tragedy, champions reveal who they are, and Usyk's words reminded fans that the strongest figures in the sport stand together when it matters most. Joshua's strength in the face of loss has been met with real admiration from those who understand the cost of this life.
Two officials in Nigeria, they ran into a stationary truck while trying to change lanes on the roads. Just a horrific accident. You know, I don't want to start, assigning blame to something that I don't have the
response puts into perspective just how close Anthony Joshua came to an unthinkable outcome. The impact of the crash was severe enough to change everything in an instant, and the fact that Joshua walked away alive speaks to both fortune and inner strength. Rather than sensationalizing the moment, Rogan focused on the reality of how fragile life can be, especially outside the ring. His reaction served as a sobering reminder that even the toughest athletes live on a razor-thin edge between survival and tragedy, and this incident exposed just how quickly everything can change.
Said, "This is an unbelievable loss. Sinna at Latif are two incredible people who were not only part of AJ's team, but also friends. My sincere condolences to their families, loved ones, and everyone who knew them. Anthony Joshua, wishing you a speedy recovery."
Reaction highlights how crucial real leadership becomes in moments like this. When tragedy strikes, the line between sincere care and self-serving behavior is impossible to miss, and Hearn's response reflects genuine responsibility. While controversy swirls around the Paul brothers, Joshua's inner circle has closed ranks, prioritizing his well-being and the needs of the affected families. The boxing community has followed suit, offering support and solidarity. It's a clear reminder that true champions aren't just protected in the ring. They are stood beside when it matters most outside of it.
I mean,
that's bonkers. Thank God he didn't have a seatbelt on. I never say that. Thank God he didn't have a fucking seatbelt on, because if he did,
there's no way.
He would be dead. Probably, or fucking
draws attention to the devastating human toll of Anthony Joshua's accident. The loss of close friends elevates the situation beyond physical harm, underscoring how deeply this tragedy cuts. As Joshua works through recovery, both mentally and physically, the wave of support surrounding him reflects the unity and compassion within the boxing world. At the same time, the Paul brothers' questionable reactions only sharpen the contrast, making the respect and genuine concern shown toward Joshua by fighters and fans stand out even more.
For them and the family, anything they need, sometimes
when someone is a star, they have a lot of things in their life taken care of for them. So you really have to move into that mode in this situation as well. Make sure, obviously, they're getting the best medical attention, make sure their family are safe. And
Alshika's remarks highlight just how serious Anthony Joshua's condition is in the aftermath of the crash, raising real concerns about potential head trauma. It's the kind of moment that tests a fighter in ways no opponent ever could, pushing Joshua's mental toughness and inner strength far beyond the ring. Reactions from respected figures like Toki serve as a reminder that even in boxing, danger can strike without warning. As Joshua focuses on healing, the contrast becomes impossible to ignore between the genuine concern shown by those around him and the questionable online behavior coming from the Paul brothers. Fans everywhere are hoping for a full recovery, fully aware of the heavy physical and emotional toll Joshua is now facing.
In car accident, 2 people who I believe were with Anthony Joshua were friends of his have tragically passed away. Before I carry on reading the article, the 2 people who have tragically passed, my condolences is all I can say to their friends and families. We'll definitely offer up some prayers for them.
From Showbiz the Adult about the stationary truck crash highlights how suddenly life can change outside the ring. Anthony Joshua was thrown into a dangerous situation, and the circumstances of the accident show just how random and unforgiving tragedy can be. While some figures rushed to exploit the moment for online attention, Joshua's peers came together to support him. The contrast with Jake and Logan Paul's controversial posts only becomes more glaring, making it clear where genuine concern truly lies. Fans are left processing both the shock of the accident and the mixed reactions surrounding it, further reinforcing Joshua's status as one of boxing's most respected and admired figures. Joshua, full of energy and joy just hours before the accident, makes the tragedy hit even harder. His laughter, the bond he shared with his friends, and his excitement about what lay ahead revealed the human being behind the heavyweight icon. That reality only deepens the heartbreak. In contrast, the reactions from the Paul brothers felt disconnected and poorly timed, standing far apart from the genuine concern shown by Joshua's supporters and fellow fighters. While fans and peers offered prayers and solidarity, others appeared emotionally removed. The moment serves as a powerful reminder of how fragile life can be, how quickly everything can change, and why Anthony Joshua continues to command respect, not just as a fighter, but as a man.
There was someone in the stationary truck. I'm not sure about that, so I'm not going to report on that, but the truck was stationary, and Anthony Joshua's SUV struck the station.
The world has been rocked by devastating news surrounding Anthony Joshua after a serious accident left him injured and tragically claimed the lives of 2 people close to him. While Joshua narrowly avoided a far worse fate, the emotional weight of the loss has sent shockwaves through the sport. As he undergoes medical evaluations and focuses on healing, attention has shifted toward Logan and Jake Paul, who are now under FBI scrutiny due to questionable online activity and unresolved tensions connected to the incident. The contrast couldn't be clearer. Joshua has carried himself with dignity, strength, and quiet resilience, earning widespread respect from fans, fighters, and promoters alike. Figures such as Frank Warren, Tony Bellew, and Chris Eubank Jr. have all voiced concern and solidarity, emphasizing empathy, accountability, and the fragile line between life and sport. Police confirmations have only deepened the seriousness of the situation, fueling public demand for clarity and justice. As speculation swirls around the Paul brothers, many within the boxing community have rallied behind Joshua, seeing in him the definition of a true champion, measured, compassionate, and composed under unimaginable pressure. This incident is a sobering reminder that the greatest battles don't always happen in the ring, and how one responds in moments of tragedy defines legacy far more than any title ever could. The world has been rocked by devastating news surrounding Anthony Joshua after a serious accident left him injured and tragically claimed the lives of 2 people close to him. While Joshua narrowly avoided a far worse fate, The emotional weight of the loss has sent shockwave through the sport. As he undergoes medical evaluations and focuses on healing, attention has shifted toward Logan and Jake Paul, who are now under FBI scrutiny due to questionable online activity and unresolved tensions connected to the incident. The contrast couldn't be clearer. Joshua has carried himself with dignity, strength, and quiet resilience, earning widespread respect from fans, fighters, and promoters alike. Figures such as Frank Warren, Tony Bellew, and Chris Eubank Jr. have all voiced concern and solidarity, emphasizing empathy, accountability, and the fragile line between life and sport. Police confirmations have only deepened the seriousness of the situation, fueling public demand for clarity and justice. As speculation swirls around the Paul brothers, many within the boxing community have rallied behind Joshua, seeing in him the definition of a true champion, measured, compassionate, and composed under unimaginable pressure. This incident is a sobering reminder that the greatest battles don't always happen in the ring, and how one responds in moments of tragedy defines legacy far more than any title ever could. Pointed to Anthony Joshua's character as the real headline in this tragedy. Even after a frightening accident that left him shaken and potentially seriously injured, Joshua continued to earn respect through his strength, humility, and compassion. That response stands in sharp contrast to the controversial behavior surrounding the Paul brothers. Bellew's comments echo what much of the boxing world feels. Joshua is admired not only for what he does in the ring, but for who he is as a man. As he focuses on recovery, this moment serves as a sobering reminder that the greatest dangers fighters face often come outside the ropes. Through it all, Joshua's calm and dignity under pressure reinforce why he's viewed as a true role model in the sport.
He could get seriously hurt. I don't believe Josh would have. I believe Josh might have some compassion in him.
The world has been left reeling after new details emerged about the devastating accident involving Anthony Joshua. Reports now confirm just how close the situation came to becoming even more catastrophic. While Joshua survived with injuries that are not considered life-threatening, the tragedy claimed the lives of two of his closest friends, a loss that has shaken everyone around him and sent shockwaves through the sport. As Joshua undergoes medical evaluations and focuses solely on healing, another layer of tension has gripped public attention. Logan and Jake Paul are now under federal scrutiny, with investigators examining suspicious behavior and online activity that has raised serious questions. While no conclusions have been reached, the investigation alone has intensified the spotlight, turning this from a tragic accident into a developing national story. Promoter Frank Warren has spoken on the broader meaning of the incident, stressing how fragile life and careers truly are outside the ring. From his perspective, this moment is about more than boxing. It's about humanity, responsibility, and how public figures conduct themselves when real lives are lost. That message has resonated deeply across the boxing community. Police confirmations have painted a chilling picture of how narrowly Joshua escaped a life-altering outcome. Though he continues to recover physically, the emotional toll of losing friends is immeasurable. Fans, fellow fighters, and industry insiders have rallied behind him, praising the calm, dignity, and strength he has shown during an unimaginably painful time. At the same time, scrutiny surrounding the Paul brothers continues to grow. Past conflicts, combined with questionable social media activity, have fueled public concern and speculation. Authorities are carefully separating fact from rumor, but the contrast in public perception is striking. Joshua facing tragedy with grace, while others remain under a cloud of controversy. Coverage from reporters like Liam Goff has captured the emotional weight of the moment. This isn't just a story about injuries or investigations. It's a reminder that even champions are vulnerable to life's harshest realities. As the world waits for clarity and justice, one thing is clear. Anthony Joshua's resilience in the face of loss has reinforced why so many view him as a true champion, both inside and outside.
Joshua injured in car accident. Two people who I believe were with Anthony Joshua were friends of his have tragically passed away. Before I carry on reading the article, the two people who have tragically passed, my condolences is all I can say to their friends and families. We'll definitely offer up some prayers for them.
Frank Warren highlights how deeply Anthony Joshua's accident has affected the boxing world as a whole. Promoters understand better than anyone how quickly life and a career can change outside the ring, and Warren's comments focused on both the human cost and the professional reality of the situation. As authorities continue to examine the incident, the added layer of FBI scrutiny involving Logan and Jake Paul has turned every detail into a point of intense focus. While Joshua concentrates on healing with the full support of his team, the Paul brothers' questionable online behavior has only fueled concerns about responsibility and accountability. Fans, fighters, and insiders are now closely following how facts separate from speculation, with Warren's perspective serving as a reminder that empathy, safety, and professionalism matter most when tragedy strikes. Official police confirmation of the crash offers a sobering look at how close Anthony Joshua came to disaster. Although he escaped with relatively minor injuries, the loss of two close friends has sent shockwaves through the sport. The situation grows more complex as Logan and Jake Paul face an ongoing FBI investigation, with authorities examining whether there is any connection to the incident. Their controversial social media activity and past tensions with Joshua have only intensified public scrutiny. As Joshua undergoes recovery, his journey has become both deeply personal and widely followed, with fans and fellow athletes uniting in support. This moment underscores how quickly sports narratives can collide with real-life danger, and the growing focus on the Paul brothers ensures this story is far from over. Details have confirmed just how serious Anthony Joshua's accident truly was, revealing how narrowly he avoided an even more devastating outcome. Escaping with major injuries while two close friends tragically lost their lives underscores how fragile life can be beyond the boxing ring. As Joshua undergoes continued medical evaluations and focuses solely on recovery, attention has shifted elsewhere, with an active FBI investigation placing Logan and Jake Paul under intense scrutiny due to questionable behavior and troubling online activity. The contrast is striking. Joshua has responded with calm, strength, and quiet resilience, while the Paul brothers remain surrounded by controversy and unanswered questions. Across the boxing world, fans are rallying behind Joshua, praising his composure and courage in the face of tragedy. With the investigation still unfolding, tension continues to build, and public interest shows no signs of slowing as everyone waits to see what the truth will reveal.
At 9:30 a.m. local time, 8:30 our time, involving two vehicles in which two people have died, and Anthony Joshua has received minor injuries and he's been taken to hospital. So eyewitnesses say Joshua was in a Lexus SUV with three other passengers, and he was involved in an accident in which that Lexus collided with a truck that was stationary at the time, and there are videos online of a shaken Joshua being taken out of the car. So local police have confirmed that Joshua has suffered minor injuries, but that two people have died in that.
The devastating incident has rocked the boxing world, leaving Anthony Joshua injured and claiming the lives of two people close to him. The shock has been overwhelming, sending waves of grief through fans and fighters alike. As the sport processes this tragedy, attention has also turned toward Logan and Jake Paul, who are now facing intense scrutiny as federal authorities examine questionable circumstances and unusual activity tied to the aftermath. Through it all, Joshua's response has stood out. Rather than fueling speculation or chaos, he has shown strength, composure, and a clear focus on healing. His calm determination during recovery paints a powerful picture of what it truly means to be a champion when everything is on the line. Meanwhile, uncertainty continues to surround the Paul brothers, with unanswered questions keeping the situation tense, and unresolved support has poured in from around the world as Joshua undergoes extensive medical evaluations, with fans offering prayers and encouragement for his return to full health. This story is still unfolding, and each new development carries weight not only for boxing, but for the public watching closely. In the end, the truth will surface, and accountability will follow. The real question remains: who will come out stronger when everything is revealed? Are you standing behind Anthony Joshua as he pushes through adversity? Or do you believe the Paul brothers could once again surprise everyone? Share your thoughts below.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Joshua, future heavyweight Hall of Famer, has been in a severe car accident which killed 2 people. He is severely injured. He's still alive. There's footage out there of people helping Anthony Joshua out the vehicle. We don't know the details of what happened, if they was in a car accident, if they was just swerving around and lost control. We don't know, but my condolences go out to those who lost their lives. Hopefully it was just, man, a terrible accident. And also, hopefully Anthony Joshua will seek the medical attention that he needs. You know, check the everything, the head, the scan everything, x-ray, MRI, because we don't know if that could be internal bleeding as well. You know, adrenaline is pumping and you may feel like you're not okay, but you got to check everything. But hopefully he heals well, and Godspeed. And again, my condolences go out to those that lost their lives.
Pointed to Anthony Joshua's character as the real headline in this tragedy. Even after a frightening accident that left him shaken and potentially seriously injured, Joshua continued to earn respect through his strength, humility, and compassion. That response stands in sharp contrast to the controversial behavior surrounding the Paul brothers. Value's comments echo what much of the boxing world feels. Joshua is admired not only for what he does in the ring, but for who he is as a man, as he focuses on recovery. This moment serves as a sobering reminder that the greatest dangers fighters face often come outside the ropes. Through it all, Joshua's calm and dignity under pressure reinforce why he's viewed as a true role model in the sport.